If not, the bill is agreed to and will be reported as amended. And with that, we will turn to the Senate Foreign Operations and Related Programs Subcommittee. And I do really want to thank Senators Kuhn and Senator Graham and all of their staff for their work on this bill. At a moment that is really marked by conflict and urgent challenges across the globe, strong U.S. leadership could not be more important. That was why earlier this year I fought so hard alongside many here today on both sides of the aisle to make sure we finally passed a national security supplemental that supported our allies, strengthened our investments in the Indo-Pacific, and provided critical humanitarian aid to save lives caught in the middle of conflict. But these challenges and many others remain, and this bill reflects the need to maintain a strong U.S. presence. It includes investments that will make sure we continue leading on the world stage and keeping our country safe with every tool at our disposal. That means diplomacy and countering aggressive moves by the Chinese government. It means investing in global health and helping our partners stop health threats in their tracks before they pose a threat to our nation. It means investing in long-term U.S. and partner economic security and our partners' ability to defend their sovereignty. And it means support for humanitarian aid, disaster response, and international organizations that help prevent conflict and chaos. These are crucial investments now more than ever. So I really appreciate this committee's work on this. Senator Coons, I will turn it over to you.
And thank you, Chair Murray and Vice Chair Collins, for your leadership of this committee. I am so pleased to bring to us the State and Foreign Operations Bill for markup. It is for FY25 a $61.6 billion bill. And I want to begin by thanking my ranking member, Senator Graham, and his very capable staff, Paul Grove, Adam Yuzerski, Catherine Bowles, for their partnership in producing this genuinely bipartisan bill. I also want to begin by thanking my clerk, Alex Carnes, and his talented team, Kali Faramand, Sarita Venka, and Drew Platt. We do genuinely work well together. I'd like to also acknowledge the General Publishing Office and Congressional Budget Office staff who play a critical role for all of us in getting our bills ready in time. Now, a brief word about this bill. We received input from more than 80 senators and hundreds of groups representing NGOs, faith organizations, diaspora communities, businesses. All of this country seems interested and concerned on how this committee advances U.S. foreign policy and values in this bill. Senator Graham and I and our staff work closely together to take all these views into account and to write a genuinely bipartisan bill. There is plenty we can and should agree on. We agree it's important we strengthen efforts to confront security threats from aligned state and non-state actors. We agree on the importance of maintaining a strong economy to withstand global shocks and unfair trade practices. We agree we need to employ a diplomatic and development workforce that enables our government and our businesses to compete. This bill advances these objectives and more. It increases funds for critical partners. It provides more support for Ukraine. It provides support in the Indo-Pacific, in fact, $1.9 billion for Indo-Pacific partners. It increased investments, as was referenced before, to counter the flow of fentanyl from 125 to 170 million. It enhances economic and digital security to blunt the spread of economic coercion by the PRC. That's 685 million. Given the lateness of the hour, let me summarize. This bill meets our commitments to international organizations and financial institutions. It ensures we're at the table when critical issues are debated. It strengthens our efforts to sustain and advance development by focusing on localization, evaluation, and partnership. The outcome of any negotiation results in aspects that neither Senator Graham nor I would have drafted if we alone were in charge. That is the essence of bipartisanship. But this compromise, when enacted, will make the United States and our partners stronger, more secure, and more resilient. It's the first step in a long process. I look forward to working with members of this committee and with your leadership, Madam Chair, as we advance towards conference. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Graham.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Really enjoy working with Senator Coons and his staff. He's named them all. The absence of criticism is praise enough where I come from, so they all really do a good job. This bill has to be viewed in light of the times in which we live. Director Wray said, wherever he looks, there's blinking lights. Now, the last time we heard that was before 9/11. The Iran report that was a year late about their malign activities in their nuclear program is now available to the Senate. You need to read it. What they're up to is very dangerous. The facilities we have overseas are very much threatened by Iran initiatives in the region. Iran has contacted people to kill members of the Trump administration to get back for Soleimani. China is a threat, but Iran is on the prowl. To the State Department, you serve in some of the most dangerous places in the world. Some of you come from State Department families. Nobody here wants to send our soldiers into battle without the best equipment, the best intel, the best everything. Our State Department is in some of the most dangerous places where there really is no military to come over the hill. This $61 billion appropriations is 1% of the budget. To the people who want to just get rid of state, foreign ops, foreign aid, then you better buy more bullets. Because if we don't stay engaged in the world, we're going to pay a heavy price. The border is broken, but that's not the only threat we face. There's $3.3 billion in here to help our friends in Israel who are under siege everywhere. There's money to continue the fight against AIDS. How far we've come in the last 40 years. Do you really want to stop now? Malaria, TB. Why do we invest in these things? Helping others is a good thing, and it does pay benefits when the people that you're helping will have a more favorable view towards you as a nation. And quite frankly, America needs all the friends we can get. We have enough enemies. I want to stay involved in this account as long as I'm in the Senate. I'm a pretty hawkish guy, but this account protects America as much as any battalion on the battlefield. And the people working in this space are heroes. They're at risk. You need to read this report on Iran. There's always ways to save money, and there's always cheap shots to take in politics. This account is where the rubber meets the road. And if we don't protect our people in harm's way, when an embassy is attacked and people are killed, the response is, what the hell happened? Well, I can tell you what happened. If you continue to deplete this account, there's going to be more likely an attack, not less. To my friends in the House, you've cut this account by $10 billion. Really? And most of you who cut this account are pretty hawkish on the military side. It makes no sense. So I want to keep working with Senator Coons and everybody on this committee to tell our constituents, this 1% of the federal budget is used to protect those who are in harm's way, representing our interest in faraway places. It's used to help people save lives. If you're pro-life, this is really a good count. There have been a lot of people, a lot of mother-to-child age transmission is way down because of what we've done in the PEPFAR space. And we extend PEPFAR for a year in this bill. So count me in for having a strong military. Count me in for having strong soft power.
Senator Coons, you have a manager's package.
Madam Chair, I have a manager's package. I would like to offer an amendment. This manager's package has been distributed to every senator, and the provisions, I understand, have been cleared on both sides. This package of amendments improves the bill, and I ask the committee to adopt this package by voice vote.
Are there any objections? Without objections, the manager's package is agreed to. For the information of all senators, here is how I'm going to proceed. We're going to do 3 amendments. The first